watching?
When I'm not watching, I've been on games.
You're playing?
Yeah.
What game?
I was looking for one.
Did you play in the simulator?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Love yous.
Loveless. We're just going to stop at Coles's to get some stuff. I'm staying here. Shall I come with you? Yeah.
It's a maze
It's
box.
you. It's
And
like-
there's bloody password.
It's like looking into the mirror, isn't it?
There we go, thank you.
Oh, look at his snot hanging out of his nose.
Does he look like you?
No. Oh, thank you.
Why did you want children anyway?
Why does anyone who's in a loving relationship want children? I think the answer to that would be it's an extension of our love. And you know, I've never been one to go with the grain and just do things because that's what you're supposed to do, because most people do it. And to tell you the truth, I'd never visualized me having children at all during most of my life, but it's a void in our life that hasn't been filled. There's still this big, great chasm in our life. And, you know, I mean, we'd live fine and be happy without it, but it would just be an added benefit, an added love to our family.
Oh look, there's someone here. Maybe they can give us a lift.
No,
It's Wolf Creek all over again.
Apparently, if you do chop a chicken's head off, they live for a little bit.
Yeah,
They do. They
but
run
no.
around
Come
without them.
out the car. There's nothing in there apart from food, which I know is what you want. Holly, if you see these goats, you're going to go haywire.
Do you have any idea how difficult it could be at school for them, with other kids knowing that they have gay parents?
Yeah, often I've thought about that, especially if it were back in my day and age. I know that, you know, in the 80s and 90s, children who were parented by lesbians or gay men would be ridiculed to the highest degree. Things have changed somewhat in this era, still not quite where we want it to be, but it is kind of out there more through social media, on the television, just in general, people being a little bit more brave in first world countries anyway to be who they are and come out and just be. And so there will be some bullying, I would imagine, but I would hope to think that that would just make them stronger beings. And of course we would nip it in the bud with the principal or the teachers at school to let them know straight away who the perpetrators were, so that it wouldn't happen again. Children get bullied a lot for all sorts of reasons. And if everybody had that theory that, oh no, gay people shouldn't have children because inevitably they're going to go through the ridicule, the humiliation and the bullying, then we would never break boundaries, and we would never be able to turn around one day and say, hey, we as gay people have successfully raised families.
Oh, but I don't like my hair like that.
Have you gone down low enough? Because Holly's trying to get in
Could
there.
you, could you please film it, Sharon?
Okay.
You,
Throw it.
you're gonna learn how to make
I already know. I've already done it.
do your tent.
I've already done it, man.
Have you? So far, do you think this is going to be an exciting camp trip?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think it will rival the others you've had?
Most likely. And stuff together that didn't have enough power to free it.
To let it go through it.
Yeah, so when I hooked it up to that, it did.
Yeah. Well done, Keenan.
So you fixed the mattress blower?
Yeah.
And then I thought, oh, I'll have one more go on the
Yeah, then he plugged it in and it's like, boom, it works. Like, what?
No, because I don't want it to be on the computer now. I wanted to come and sit with her.
Come on.
No, you wanted the view.
No, you've got time to watch shows before you go to bed.
Okay.
What's the point of being out in the nature if you're not going to sit there and appreciate it? Keenan is braving the narrow, very thin maze of this boat, this old boat. So we've got all the doors open in case he gets scared.
Did you put the light on?
I'm doing it now.
Shut as you come out. Here comes Keenan.
I'm also recording.
Are you?
They gotta clean yours, jeez.
That's the whole idea, I think, is to feel
Over there.
what the
Move.
passengers felt.
Move there.
I couldn't go through there, I'm too claustrophobic.
You need to be able to fit comfortably through here.
Okay, go,
Because you still had a bit of room.
I'm going out.
Okay, may as well as well.
Yeah.
No, well, hang on. There's another door about 5
No,
minutes
I'm
up.
Can
okay.
I just use someone's phone though?
Can you?
Johan wants to get out.
Came in.
Sure, can I use someone's phone though?
You need to have people on the outside to let you out.
They're trustworthy too.
And if you can just about fit in there, how the hell would
Have a look
Neil?
at me. Stick it. Have a look, Dan.
I don't think it would be a real electric shock door. Are you still okay?
Yeah, I saw about maybe 8 spiders. One was alive.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. You're conquering those.
That's why I thought I'd keep it all on video.
Okay, go.
Oh my god. Hold on, mate. No, thank you. Passed tons of stuff. I ain't doing it again though.
And a huntsman. You passed a huntsman.
6 husbands.
6?
Yeah.
And you didn't.
One was alive. It was maybe about that big.
And you didn't yell or cry for my help.
No, the other guy was there. Thank Lord.
Oh, well
It's so
done.
nice.
Proud of you.
Maybe it would be better to foster a child who has come out as gay.
Yeah, that's something well, you can't really look into when fostering. You can't decide who you choose. You can't go in and say, oh, I want a brown baby with a little bit of intelligence, high functioning. If we're talking about special needs, which is my field, that's the sort of clients I have. With fostering, it's not like that.
Do you think you might influence them to be gay?
That's the most pathetic question I've ever heard in my life. Are you serious? I don't know whether you get this, freak interviewer, but gay men are usually born that way. I've spoke to many of my friends, gay friends, over the years, and they've all said the same thing as I have. We felt that we were different. We felt that we had an attraction towards the same sex from a very early age, very early. In fact, so much that my girlfriends up to the age of 16, 18, I think, it was faked. I could only kiss them and I couldn't go any further. That's when the alarm bells started to ring. But a lot of people think that it's a life choice, that we sit there one day and decide that we want to change over and go over to the other side for whatever reasons, but that's bullshit. And more studies and research are proving that gay men share a unique stretch mark on their X chromosome that differs to heterosexual men.
But how do we open the windows? Because I'm stuffed.
Johan, could you open the windows for us?
Yep.
Cool, so we can sit and watch the rest of our mother.
So this is one of Keenan's creations, suggested by his mum.
Chilling and relaxing before it gets dark, and then we will chill and relax with the fire. Sitting by the fire. Are you getting more firewood, Keenan? Oh, the storm is a brewing. So this jacket I'm wearing is your great-grandmother's.
Really?
It's so funky, I love it, and very retro.
I used to go down the boardwalk to meet Valentine, my great-grandfather, when she wasn't allowed to.
And this was before she married him, or?
Yeah, they were sneaking out at night and everything. Parents would never allow that. But that was the only boy she was ever with in her whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah, she married him. Fortunately, I never got to meet him. He passed away before I got to meet him.
Oh, yeah.
He met me though.
Will you be sad if they don't turn out to be gay?
Oh my God, you are asking the most pathetic, outmoded questions. I don't care what my child becomes or was born with, as long as they're happy. And I would always be there with advice, unbiased advice. I have plenty of heterosexual friends, plenty of heterosexual members of my family, so why would I be biased against them turning out to be heterosexual?
How will you help them to make friends and socialise within the community?
Well, as part of my job, I help various people integrate into the community and socialise and make friends. You know, my partner and I have been around for quite a while, and in London, where I come from, where we used to live, there were many pride events and gay parent events where we would meet other people in our situation, and lots of children bonded, lots of their children bonded with other children of gay parents, and so there'd be ways that we could help them.
So you're looking on the radar for a storm?
That's what it is.
So there isn't no storm or hurricane Bill or Jill?
No, there's nothing. This is the
So
maximum
can you
thing.
see Rath Downey?
Yeah, it's right
Or
there.
does it?
Oh, you like your work trucky
Yeah.
jackets, don't you? Do you feel like a tradesman?
In the car.
What are you doing in the car?
I'm charging my.
Keenan and
You spelled car
Johan
wrong, by the way.
are having a real
You
debate
spelled car with an extra
about
R.
batteries and car batteries.
Johan, bring up the same page you were just on. You put it in an extra R by mistake.
Okay, so I've started off the word search and done as much as my brain can take for this time in the morning. But now Keenan has found colony and he's finding the last few words, aren't you, Keenan? Do you know what colony means?
Well, I just found another one.
Did you?
Yep.
Which word?
Coven.
Coven. Geez, all we could do is just use wet wipes and wash ourselves, but you know, I guess that's the point of roughing it up in the wilderness for a couple of days, isn't it? Is that you don't care until you get home. At least I brush my teeth, put some deodorant on, some neg champa, oil. One doesn't mind roughing it up a little bit, does one?
Do you want a child for selfish reasons? Just to fill a void in your life?
Well, the same question would be applied to anyone, couldn't it? Do people want a child for selfish reasons? Apart from going with the flow and doing what tradition dictates to us, which I guess is why a lot of people do have children. Oh, it's time to start a family, I guess. Yeah, we should. You know, there are many people out there, many heterosexuals included, I'm sure, that have had children just because they felt it was time to, because they felt they needed to. A lot of people probably have children for selfish reasons. We're wise enough now, we're mature enough now to understand what it means to raise a child. I think the boat has gone. We've missed that shit because now it's legal in Queensland recently to adopt a child for gay people. It's all too late. That adoption process takes 4 years. In England, we were about to adopt before we moved to Australia. So we've missed that boat now. But if we were able to adopt a child or foster a child, teenager, whatever, it would be purely for non-selfish reasons. Yes, it would help to fill a void in our life, but that void doesn't need to be filled. We'd carry on through life just fine without it. It's just that we have so much to offer. We have so much love to offer. We have so much resources to offer, a home to offer. And we know that it would enrich our lives and, you know, not make it better, it would enrich it, which is different as far as I'm concerned. We've been lucky recently, thanks to one very special woman, to have been given the opportunity to take care sometimes of her son, and that's filled a void in our life because we've all got such great rapport. We're all quirky, and that's a word to embrace. And we do have so much fun. And I think that was our last and only option. And again, I repeat, it's not that we desperately wanted to, but we felt that we had something that we could offer. And thanks to his mother, we've been able to help her out and inadvertently help us out at the same time.
you.